Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to Delusion. It is a old school, I'd say it's a dungeon crawler, but it's almost kind of Morrowind-ish with open world and dungeon crawling, deep and weird, like character progression and some other stuff, and a setting that is honestly kind of insane. I played the early access version of this a couple of years ago and had a lot of fun. It's one of my most anticipated games out of this year. I'm a sucker for low poly models and pixel textures. I don't know why, since I'm more of like a cartoony cel shady artist, but there's something about this specific style that speaks to me. So we're just gonna dive right in. You know, before I do, I'm gonna take a look at the sound. Yeah, thought so. I'm just gonna chunk these down a little bit. There we go. It was just a little loud. There's also wobbly textures. Oh, that's interesting. I'm gonna try turning that off. And also wobbly 3D. Huh. I think I actually prefer it without the wobbly. It probably is going to look bad in a video anyway. Alright. Empty slot, let's dive in and ooh, look at that art. That looks really nice.
The world was long ago broken, its surface cursed. You are a dweller of the sky realms, drifting islands that cradle the last of human civilization. Here, in the dank cell of an Inquisition ship, you ruminate on your past. Dreams of childhood slip through your mind. Was your fate sealed, even then?
Okay, so we can be a brawler, an urchin, apprentice, or a noble. So wisdom increases our max mana. Persona increases your regen rate. My question is that health regen or is that mana regen? Because I like the idea of being a spellcaster. I was when I was playing the early access version. I thought it was neat. My main question is, how do I get mana back? I think I'm going to go noble. We'll figure it out.
The body grew. The mind sharpened. For a while, you excelled.
Go back for a hot second. Okay, Guile.
The body grew.
Do I want to be a noble thief?
For a while, you excelled.
No. I don't know. This is tough. Because I think I get all of these eventually if I want to. Lockpicks give us lockpicking. Lore lets us reveal hidden secrets. Interaction with concealed mechanisms. Or this is dialogue. Let's go occultist. I'll be a noble occultist.
Cracks showed. Your guard slipped. The mistake was grave. The Inquisition had your scent.
I'll be a skilled caster. Movement speed and jump height sound kind of fun, but nah. Alright, and almost immediately we've got the movement actions. No, these are controls. Options? Look sensitivity. Let's bump that up to like a 2.1. That's a little bit better. It's still a little sluggish for me. I know some people complain about how fast my mouse moves, but this feels right. I like being able to look around. Look at that cursed ass sky. I love it. Hello, I would like to leave now. I can leave now. Interdasting? Is this fully voice acted now? No. Prisoner 17, you've been marked for temporary release. The High Confessor will see you in the Central Chamber. Do not keep her waiting. Why am I being released? Only the High Confessor can answer that, but I calculate there's an 8 in 10 chance you'll be granted the honor of a glorious and sanctifying death. Holy shit, dude. You, how are you even alive? I'm not actually sure if he is. That might actually just be like a machine guiding around a corpse. I'm not sure. The device lurches on unstable legs, thick blood oozing from its seams with each shuddering movement. A woman's voice, hoarse and raspy, echoes from within the device. Your service is required, prisoner 17. Do you need some help? The cackle lapses into a sputter of coughs. This iron coffin is an honor, a privilege. The pain it delivers only serves to sharpen my reason. Your base crimes against the apostatic union would not merit such exquisite torment, but I can offer you a redemption of a different kind. I don't remember this from last time. Also, holy shit, how are they still alive? I am the High Confessor of this Inquisition Combat Tribunal. We're tracking the most dangerous of criminals, and you will help us. How exactly? Oh, sick. We even have like a little cut-in with a character illustration. I love it. Our target's whereabouts have been known for some time, a backwater archipelago on the very fringes of Union territory. Known as the Oneiric Isles, these flying islands are host to a manor of outcasts and miscreants. We arrived a few hours ago, but met with fierce resistance. Our target is in the Blinding Light Fortress, the last remaining holdout of the Dark Star mercenaries. For our quarry is their leader, the notorious Villa Colosse. Never heard of her. She is the daughter. Oh, they even pulled up these things on the side so we can see as visual aids. That's amusing. She's the daughter of Admiral Colosse, groomed for command. But she set off on her own and found a warband of thieves and pirates. Oh, you can see her ribcage in there. How is she alive? The Dark Stars were tolerated in the Union until Vela became enthralled with delusions of grandeur, claimed she could create some sort of heaven. Before you go, take this Inquisition journal. A mechanical arm thrusts a peculiar device in your direction. It will keep track of your mission. My drones can offer guidance, and closer to the binding light, Inquisitor Ignavius can assist you further. Oh, and don't try to run. These flying islands are unstable, and many a fool has fallen to their death. Holy shit. I don't remember it being that cursed looking. Hello. Damaged doors can be broken with a weapon. There's a chest near me. Pick up the sword and press the inventory key in tutorials. Okay. Let's grab a rusty sword. Not that that's really what I'm going for. A lot of Iron Maidens in this world, apparently. Okay, inventory button, rusty sword. Oops, rusty sword equip. I'm getting some solid Lunacid vibes from this, which I think I said prior, but I think it's because both games are at least somewhat looted in Kingsfield. So spells and quick use items must be equipped in the equipment menu before use. Once equipped, press spell to use spells and item to use items. You can scroll through them with switch item or switch spell. Alright. For a mage, I don't have any spells yet, but we'll get there. Mana potion, so we can get more of those. We've got an Iron Maiden walker carrier. Like, it looks like people specifically like ride around in these things, which is, it seems really foolish to me. Hello. What do we have here? Another wretched soul caught in the Inquisition's web, no doubt. Tell me, has your High Confessor sent you off to die? Are you a ghost? She smiles, gesturing at herself. Are you shocked by a little apparition? Her gentle laugh seems to echo around you. My, you won't get far if that's the case. She gazes off into the distance. Well, stranger, you best watch yourself out there. Mark my words, something's brewing on these islands. The stage is set, the curtain's drawn, and the performance is set to bring the house down. She smirks at you, and something tells me you have your own role to play. Whee! Okay, so what has this got? A Niff, a throwing Niff. Cool. Not seeing too much else. I think we can break these. We can break some of these, so we get some ammunition. We haven't gotten a spell book yet, unless this is a spell. Glimmer of Delusion. Collect more to gain a full delusion. There are 4 delusion attributes, the fundamental attributes which govern your skills: might, wisdom, guile, and persona. To increase these attributes, you must find enough glimmers of delusion by exploring or completing quests. Interesting. Okay, so we also get a stamina potion. We get a... anything? Is this a torch? I have no idea. What is this? Death. Oh, powerful entity has taken interest in you, and by their grace you will be plucked from the jaws of death and transported to a death shrine without losing items or progress. That is a good feeling. I like that. So this is a little different from the early access launch version, I think. I'd have to go back and check my old footage. It has been a little while since I last played. So we get a lockpick. I mostly want to check to see if there's anything that I've missed in these, like, nooks and crannies. Namely, if I'm going to be a spellcasty boy. I'd like to have spells, but on the flip side, I'll take some potions. Okay. Let's check the controls. Move, controller. Okay. Movement, actions. Attack, spells, right mouse button. Item is R, block is F. Good to know. Switch weapon is Q, switch item is Z, and switch spell is control. Okay, so we've got a couple to cycle through. That should be fine. I hope I didn't miss a spell already. That'd be kind of embarrassing. We'll get more ammunition. The road ahead is patrolled by Darkstar mercenaries. I strongly recommend sneaking through the mushrooms to avoid combat. It's not that I doubt your skills, Prisoner 17. I simply calculated a 3 in 5 chance you'll die horribly. Remember, direct conflict is usually avoidable. Be on the lookout for ways to sneak past tough enemies. Okay, but spell. I don't know. We'll wander around. I'll see what I can get. Because, yeah, we can sneak around on this side. I'll check this, like, little side area. There is a very real possibility that I just missed it. I am not exactly always the most attentive. Streamer blindness is a very real thing. And I've just accepted this. Rather than, getting... I'd hesitate to say upset about it or anything like that, because that would be unnecessary or silly. Switch to these throwing knives, seeing as I have a bunch. Okay, are you a Darkstar mercenary? Oh, no. Okay. Well, we can get some more throwing knives. We can talk to this guy. But we can get some gold. Are you one of the locals? He looks you up and down in disgust. Look, leave me be. I've failed the Inquisition. I'd rather die in peace. I'm here to help. Your Inquisitor has tasked me with capturing Vela Kolos. He lets out a weary chuckle that breaks into a cough. Oh my, I recognize you now. You're one of the prisoners. Gods, the Inquisitor must be really desperate. You know you're going to die, right? Those bastards wiped out our whole echelon. You insist on this fool's errand, you might find some supplies at my crashed drop pod. Follow the river upstream and you should find it by the waterfall. Our agent is dying, but they may still be of use. You may have to charm them to gain their trust. The agent may take some convincing. You've been a prisoner for some time. I can no longer smell, but there's a high probability you emit a foul stench. Success relies on your charm skill, which is derived from the persona attribute. Yeah, so I think I'm probably, if we want to look at these, I'm probably just going to go like hard on persona and wisdom and leave the other two for later. Lockpicking might actually be valid and useful. But we can leave that for later. So these are drop pods with some ammo, though I have yet to find a bow. To progress, you must unlock the door. You'll need a lockpick to begin with. You should find an ample supply next to me. I'm picking a lock. Okay, mechanical locks are not the only security measure you'll come across. There's an art to disguising secrets through magical means. Okay, lockpick supply near him? If there is, I've missed it. We do have one lockpick at the very least. Unless that was the ammunition. I don't know. I have one. Well, we got it. Alright, let's look around a little bit more. Lore skills. Some doors can be opened via hidden mechanisms. These secret switches require high enough lore skill and a small amount of mana to unlock. The lore skill is governed by your wisdom. You may be able to further increase it using special equipment. Okay. In this room, the candlesticks have been enchanted to seal a secret passageway. To dispel them, you need enough lore skill. The incantation will deplete some of your mana slightly. Single passageway may need several switches, so always be mindful of your surroundings. Something has changed. Okay, so we've got another heart in here. Looks like it's just another death shrine, yep. This music is very meditative. It's different. Hi. Okay, do we go up in here? I suppose we might. Hello? As you approach, the Inquisitor takes a deep breath of air. Do you smell that, Prisoner 17? Smoke a battle? Sniffs exactly twice. I suppose there's a hint of that, but I was actually talking about, he breathes in mushroom spores. He turns to you, a beaming smile across his face. I've never seen this many mushrooms in my life. With such wide stalks, such healthy gifts. He takes a long breath. Oh, such healthy gills. Ah, and such potent spores. We have mushroom forests back home in London, but nothing like this. He wags a finger at you while turning his gaze back to the mushrooms. Prisoner 17, if you get back alive, remind me to get a batch of sky shroom tea for my wife. They make it here in the Unearth Isles, and I hear it's to die for. Okay. Slaps you on the shoulder. That's damn good of you, prisoner. Ah, but what are my manners? He holds out a hand in greeting. Inquisitor Ignavius of the 12th Inquisitorial Tribunal. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Shake his hand firmly. He grips your hand with equal firmness. I see I'm in good company, prisoner. Point to the fortress ahead. That's the blinding light, the fortress of Velocalos, leader of the Darkstar mercenaries. The High Confessor told me you'd be joining the assault. Not a moment too soon. We need all the help we can get. I've sent all my agents, but so far none have reported back. We expected heavy fighting, but it seems those Darkstar ruffians are a tougher bunch than we gave them credit for. Your orders are to capture Vel alive. A tall order, I'll admit, but I think you're up to the job, prisoner. Any questions? Let's see. What if I want to practice my combat skills? Well, we established a small boot camp of sorts, just here. Always make sure to remind my combat echelon of the fundamentals before a tricky mission, so you'll find plenty of target dummies and tutorial signs below. Need to know more of Vela and the mission. He nods. Yes, I'm sure you have plenty of questions. What do you want to know? Tell me about Vela and the Darkstars. Velocalos, now that's a name that'll make hairs stand on end. She's the daughter of old Admiral Kalos and the Apostatic Union Navy. Navy, but instead of following in her father's footsteps, she founded the most accomplished mercenary band since the God War. Sure, she is currently the most wanted criminal in the Union, but you've got to hand it to her. For years, the Union itself relied on Vela and Dark Stars to do jobs the Navy were unwilling or unable to do themselves. He sighs. It's a pity she turned down such a dark path. In the later years of the Dark Stars, their number of villainous deeds far exceeded those of noble intent. What of the Dark Stars' villainy, then? Well, there was the Astral College heist in Bion, where they made off with the Artifice Star, among other priceless treasures. Then there were those sinking of those the merchant freighter Popinjay, all those hostages slaughtered at the siege of Sarakolko. I could go on. In the end, they say she lost the plot, started yammering about some sort of heaven. The Inquisition ruled this was tantamount to cultism. Article 112. Claims of a religious nature, and warranted her arrest. Of course, I think the polymaths over in Realvo had wanted her gone long before all that. Got too big for her boots, and finally they had their warrant. Unfortunately, I've got dyslexia, and this font is messing with me hard. Even Vela's own mercs got so riled up that they mutinied against her. She's been hiding out here for years, but the Inquisition finally got the go-ahead to make a move, so here we are. Why are you using prisoners like me? He grins. Because rigorous labor is a tonic for the ills of one's mind, not like some common judiciary back in the Union homeland, where prisoners are thrown into a pit with a scrap of moldy bread. No matter the crime, he taps his forehead, we recognize the twisted intellect of our guests. And if we can untwist that reason with the right application of punitive employment, we'll have enlightened the world just a little. Clears his throat. We're also authorized to use any method at our disposal when a mission's going, how do they say it? In Slev. Utters up. What do you think of the High Confessor? Strokes his chin. Many in the Inquisition think it's a travesty that a confessor, that is, a prisoner still serving their penance, has been granted control of an entire tribunal. Normally, it would be the job of a High Inquisitor. Indeed. There is also the nature of her crimes and how they relate to the very criminals she's been tasked to apprehend. But personally, I think despite her quirks, she's proved herself as one of the most accomplished agents in our ranks. About the mission. Splendid. Is there anything else? Okay. I think we're good. His smile beams. That's the spirit, prisoner. I'm sure you'll make short work of those ruffians. When you're done, be sure to check in with me after the mission. I'm taking quite an interest in the Unearth Isles as of late, and I'm sure I can fill you in with plenty of useful tidbits. Kind of charming, actually. Okay, I think this is new. I don't remember this guy from the last time I played. Like, some of this. Okay. They use training dummies for swordplay. What I want to learn is magic. Crystal points restore your mana. Yeah, so this is useful. Ah, return home, a teleportation spell that transports the caster the last crystal point touched. Though widely used by scholars, some still prefer to walk. They claim the chance of being incorrectly teleported off a cliff is not negligible. Okay, so that is a spell. I don't think it's going to be one that I... Well, I don't know. I'll probably use it. Okay, attack, stamina. Hold. Block to negate damage. Okay, so it does heavy attacks and icy, so you can parry it. I don't know how much I'm gonna care. Okay, so we get another one of these. So delusions, get those for stats. I'm just hoping for a combat spell somewhere in here. That's the one we've already had. There's the ghost lady. Anything else? No. Okay, so we have to go through this direction. It looks like they made the tutorial maybe a little bit more hand-holdy for a reason. See that looming fortress? It struck fear into the hearts of many who were braver and stronger than you, stranger. It was made in the God War, so the apostatics named it the Blinding Light to ridicule the gods they planned to butcher. Ironic that it should fall into the hands of someone so blinded by ambition and zeal. For Vela's claimed it in pursuit of her own twisted heaven, and the Blinding Light now turns its guns towards the faithless souls who made it. Your spectral eyes glisten. Tell me, stranger, if a hated enemy stood between you and your most cherished ideal, would you strike them down? Would you have the arrogance to take a life in pursuit of your fantasy? It really depends on kind of what it is. Like, is the answer. Sure. At least you're the honest sort, and you're hardly alone. The Sky Realms are stained with the blood of those who stood on the wrong side of history. Even the gods proved fallible in the end. Still, I fear a world like this. In such a world like this, such a heart will only see you dead in a gutter by the sword of someone far less scrupulous. Can I keep talking to them? Still, you've piqued my curiosity, stranger. I'll have my eye on you. No, we have not found any map charts. We do want to go this direction, though. There's whatever the hell this thing is, which is... not violent, a jitter seed, potent seed that vibrates in one's hand. Can be used as an alchemy ingredient. The volatile nature of this herb makes it ideal for restorative potions and poisons alike. It's prized by criminal gangs of Slev. Okay, some random people. We don't want to go that direction, though. There was a goodie out here. Yeah, it needs to grow back. Poison. Applied to weapons. Let's see. Attacks will poison enemies for a limited amount of time, and we also get some gold. Is that like a little flying... Yeah, it is like a little flying scout car, whatever you want to call it. Nope, that's not the spell I'm looking for. So let's go this direction out the gate and see what I can find. Or not the gate, out the gap. Because I'm looking for as many goodies as I can. Eye of Pagith, a flower shaped oddly like an eyeball, can be used as an alchemy ingredient. Named after the legendary god Pagith, this herb is well known for its healing properties and is used in medicine across the Apostatic Union. Okay, looks like that's that. As we haven't found any other weapons or any other magic. I could go into this fortress, but that seems slightly inadvisable without some level of equipment. But maybe the point is I am supposed to fail miserably here. I don't know. I'm seeing some stuff there. Ugh. Performance has decided it really does not like this pod for some reason. The lift is not yet active. Interesting. And then we also have these guys. Q lets me swap weapons. Let me check. What was use item? Item is R. Well, luckily these guys are beans. Blocking. And stupid? Okay, let's just wait for my stamina to come back. Excuse me. None of that. Yeah, even with this shield out, there's not much they can do when I'm just hurling knives into their face. So what do they have here? Like, this big box feels like it should be something. But yeah, I cannot break it. So what are you? Paradoxicus. An impossible flower that seems to shift between different shapes. Can be used as an alchemy ingredient. Herb seems to defy the very principle of reality, often appearing differently depending on how it's observed. Okay. Not what I'm looking for, but we do know that we can fight these guys. One, they're not particularly aggressive at clearing distances, which makes it very easy to fight them, and also they're pretty weak to knives at a distance. Though some of that might just be their AI is not really built to deal with it. At least my stamina recovers kind of quickly, though I'm noticing it's reduced for some reason. I don't know, maybe my character's hungry or something. Okay, so what else do we have? Kind of these, like, upper areas. I see some gold there, and, like, some more things that you can kind of go up and along some bridges. Oh, that's the ship we took, so that, whatever is over there is something else entirely. And not breakable. What is this? Lockpicks. Good stuff. Okay. Rather than fighting these guys right now, especially since they're aware of my presence, I'm just going to go this direction and see what I can find. Because what I'm looking for specifically is anything that lets me cast magic. Oh, hello? Oh, you're not a hello. It's interesting that the enemies are actually using health potions. I do like that. Okay, need a 5. Got a 3. Oh, 5 or more. Got it. I think it's worth it, though. Iron ore. So yeah, maybe investing into some degree of lockpicking would make sense. Okay. I see a tree here with some stuff. It seems like it's just bandits living in this zone. Okay, there goes 1. Yeah, so I think the trick is 1, 2, 3, sprint backwards. Or not. Out of juice. It's fine. 1, 2, 3, sprint backwards. I don't know how many potions they have. But I'm not going to let them use them. The enemy designs are kind of great. Like, even the like, ragamuffy looking people are kind of cool looking. Okay, so there's the guy earlier that said, follow the river, find his crash pod. I guess that must be down below. Oh, there it is, yeah. Must have missed it. It seems like the safest way to descend via the waterfall, of course. And some more throwing daggers. And what if we went the other direction? And there's also that upper area. I don't know. I'm just going to keep exploring around. It just seems like there's a ton of secrets all over the place that I might as well profit from early. Okay, it does look like our stamina is going down. Like, permanently. The more we do. So there's gotta be ways to get it back up. Oh, you know what? It's probably the stamina potion. Maybe? Maybe it's the stamina potion. Do you have anything else? No. Creepy noises, though. They really don't want me hopping this fence. Slightly rude. Yeah, so unless there's a spell hiding in one of these that I've missed. Well, I guess we do actually have this. Might as well get my mana back. I don't have too much else. Got all of these. Okay, what is this? Beds. So we can rest here to get our health back. And our stamina back. There we go. So I bet the stamina potion is how we get the stamina normally. So, question is, do we go into the keep or do we go along the side? We cleared that area. This lower area, sure. Yeah, if I can take out the dude with the shield. The other ones aren't that bad. So getting some ammunition, plus maybe some kind of side path in. I'm just very thorough? It feels like this is a much more linear experience. We are going to be going over there. We're just not going to be going over there yet. And there might be some other locations I can reach that I haven't identified yet. But my thoughts are, we might as well clear out every other aspect of this first. Just in case. Gotta get a 5 or higher, which is a little rough. Okay, good. Those don't explode. Though this is obviously a smidge on the tempting or terrifying side. They don't have the lockpicks for this, is the issue. And let me guess, this is locked. No, it's not. Okay, you can hop over those. Which is nice. A lot of side paths here. Doors barred from the other side. If I remember right, from when I played this last, this didn't exist as like a dungeon. And I'm glad it does now. It feels much more of like an actual intro as opposed to just... I don't want to say vague nothing. Okay, so what do we have? Cluttered desk, an assortment of maps, notes, and diagrams. Clutter the table, detailing the planned exploits of the Darkstar mercenaries. One in particular catches your eye, an expedition to the cursed underlands far below the Sky Realms. Like, it was just kind of an environment to explore outside? Oh, old contraptions. You recognize these old machines are God War relics, inoperable and mostly useless. Such strange contraptions are rarely seen outside the Clockwork Kingdoms these days. Okay, nothing there. But it actually feels like I'm exploring a location instead. I think we might need to invest in some thievery. Door from the other side, perhaps? Though. Or no, that's just something up above. I thought there was like a red cable that was connecting. But yeah, nothing. Okay, let's go the other direction. I don't really know where I'm going. I'm just kind of on an adventure. And also I'm trapped. I can't go back the way I came. Hopefully we can go back, but maybe it's something that we... This is fine. Actually, hold up. None of that, you. Okay, we get some ammo. Got him. Okay, then we get a shield boy. Shield boys are annoying. Okay, there's one. Wait, here's a question. Maybe I'm doing this wrong. Nope, doesn't work. It does damage to them. I guess the real trick for the shield boys is you can't power attack him, so just get in there and start mashing. What I want is magic. Beer, that ain't it. I really dig this. A couple of reasons why. Let's see. I'm trying to find my way out the way I came. Recognize these old machines, God War relics. Oh, no, that's nothing. Okay, so because they redid this intro, I actually have something to latch onto. That... One thing that I always find annoying when it comes to covering games that I've played before... Ah, this is that side passage that I was wondering about. So that's another way that I could have gotten to it if I had wanted to. But replaying games is kind of annoying, mostly from the perspective of, like, I have to redo the entire, like, first hour or so of a game. If I play, like, an early access version and then the launch version. But if they redo the intro, I don't have to worry about that. I can just play the game again. I mean, it's going to be similar, but there's a decent degree of kind of originality that I can actually sink my teeth into. New stuff for me to explore and get excited by, rather than, oh, it's that again. And so here I am, slightly flummoxed because I don't know where my first spell is. I don't even know where my other weapons are going to be. Hello. Where are you going, Prisoner 17? Are you attempting to run from your duty? You must recuperate. The lift next to me will take you back to the Inquisitor camp. But Vel is still in the fortress. We strongly suggest you go back inside and find a way up the battlements up above. Yeah, previously it was just kind of like a big open thing. Oh, lift is not yet active. It was a big open thing. You just go confront Vela. Now it's a fortress to explore, unless I'm wildly misremembering things. Which it could be. Either way, lift's active now, so I can get through. How am I rocking this fortress with just a rusty-ass sword? Not a clue. Okay, I think we want to go this direction next. I do look forward to the point where the game opens up and I can actually explore, though. It just feels like there's so much to find and do. Okay, you don't have a shield, so I don't actually really care too deeply. Yeah, the only ones I really want to finish off with the daggers are if there's a group or if there's a shield guy. Because I can kill the shield guy from a distance. Oh. We're getting a lot of money, which is nice. I don't know why they're drop potting money at me. Oh, it didn't matter. We're right next to the door. I thought I found a secret. Sneaker, if you will. But alas, no. Okay, some more lockpicks. No, can't climb that tree. Yeah, this was the structure. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this was this open and I just found a different route. I probably did. I was probably out here or something. Hello. Doesn't cost stamina to throw a dagger now, does it? I think they made it harder to get into, at the very least. Previously, I think it was a bigger area. I don't remember. I wish I did. Oh. Okay, so the heavy attacks are worth? Yeah, I think I just did have a bigger, maybe approach to this. I don't know. I forget. Maybe I did just forget or skip the main intro sequence and was totally fine with it. Okay, I see at least one lootable barrel that I should probably go grab. Yeah, maybe it's not that the game has changed, it's that I just took a different route and I'm like, oh, it's a whole new world. And I'm getting excited by that. But you know what? If that's the case and you can actually take all those paths, then so be it. It keeps the game feeling fresh and good too. What do we have up here? Because yeah, we have the locked door, we also have this walkway, we have nothing back here. Mostly just trying to make sure I get everything before I go. Because this does not look like the kind of place that I get to go to, like, go back to for any reason. Then again, maybe it doesn't matter. Okay, that looks like her. So what else we got here? I see, so this is where we go after we've confronted her. Velicolo stands with gravitas, her voice piercing the clatter of the ship. You notice blood seeps from her armor. She's wounded, but hides it well. Loose the sails. And why is the anti-grav engine not running? Suddenly you catch her eye. What's this? A straggler. The Dark Star Company greets you. My apologies, but you have caught us at a rather inopportune moment. I've just escaped from an Inquisition prison. Can I join you? She looks at you up and down, smirking. I mean no offense, but the Dark Star Company has certain standards. You don't quite fit the bill. Prepare yourself, straggler. Great deeds are afoot. Deeds that will bring the apostatic union's tyranny to an end. That will usher in a new age of heaven. And with that, we must take our leave. It's been a pleasure, but I doubt we'll meet again. I helped. Fortress needs repairing before that will work. What? You can repair? Well, we got magic. A fancy chest. Entice. Oddity of a spell draws upon the caster's force of personality rather than their arcane knowledge. To sway erstwhile enemies to their side, much studied by academic wizards, the nature of the spell remains something of a mystery, but its powers of no doubt. I have a charm spell. I guess let's sleep until nighttime, question mark. Just get my stats back. Is there anything else here? I like it how she leaves, flies away, and my immediate instinct is go take a nap. Honestly, justified. Wait, upgrade property. What? Is this just my base? It might be? Okay, so I've unspent Delusion, so I can spend them on something. So, Charm and Barter skills, Wisdom for max mana, Lore, and, I don't know, it's tough. Yeah, Lore and Spellcasting are kind of good. Charm and Barter are kind of good. Damage, Armor, damage 1 and 2. Oh, I see, that weapon slot. So these are my starting things, and these are my reputations. I don't know, I guess let's go back down? Awkward to have this, like, fortress here. Oh, there's a person here. Or multiple people here. Hello? Ah, prisoner 17, I believe you're wanted by the High Inquisitor. Best not to keep her waiting, yes? By all means, come back and speak to me afterwards. Where is she? Oh, there. Oh, I had not seen her face yet. The High Confessor is giving orders to the agents around her, pointing with her mechanical limbs and shouting between bouts of coughing. Eventually, she notices you. Ah, prisoner 17, wasn't it? Our drones have been tracking you. It seems Vela's escaped. I couldn't apprehend her. I failed. A high-pitched laugh reverberates through her coffin. Nonsense. I was certain you would be cut to tiny pieces. It's astounding you made it this far. But your sentence still stands. You may yet prove your usefulness. We must ascertain where Vela has fled to. Luckily for us, I know just who we can ask. She laughs to herself, but this turns into a pained series of retches. After a moment, you think she may have vomited. Excuse me. The Oneric Isles are home to a number of former Darkstar mercenaries. My superiors would rather I executed them, but... She's silent for a moment. They're of more use to us alive. If anyone knows where Vela went, they will. I would start with Jack Basalt. I love these illustrations. They're so stylish. A former Navy captain turned sellsword. We've already contacted him and arranged a meeting. You can find him at the Wobbly Noggin pub in Hollowtown. Sorry, I'm losing the voice. In the center of the Oneric Isles, Basalt has promised to direct us towards his comrades in exchange for the polymath's pardon. He can help you find the others. Why me of all of your agents? The Dark Stars are deeply mistrustful of the Inquisition. You could say we've had a few run-ins in the past. As one of our newest and most amenable operatives, you may have better luck than another of my agents. Got it. Good, and be careful. These islands are on the very fringe of the Apostatic Union territory. There may be worshippers or even minor gods who have fled the Union's purges tucked away here. The only assuredly faithless place is Hollowtown. And beyond the Hallowshire's borders, there is ground even Union boots won't tread upon. To the east, the Clockwork Kingdom's in full-blown crisis, while the people of the Endless Realm to the west are cursed to never die. My tribunal will establish a command post in this fortress, the Blinding Light. Return here to recuperate, if that's your wish. Oh, and one more thing. From now on, you'll be known as Confessor 17. This doesn't change your crimes or your sentence, but it sounds a little better than prisoner, eh? Okay, I'll be going. Farewell, Confessor. Okay, now let's talk to this guy. Ah, Confessor 17. I knew you'd survive the assault. The drones were all but certain you'd meet a gruesome end, but you sure showed them, eh? About that tea you wanted. Oh, no, never mind. About the mission. Okay. Nope, got all that. Questions about the Sky Realms. Okay. What about the Apostatic Union? Glances you up and down. Well, surely you've been there. Union Heartland, I mean. Well, the Union's the most civilized place in the Sky Realm since the world's end. You may not agree, but to my mind, it's the truth. What's its history? For the past 400 years, the Sky Realms have been under the control of the Wiccan covens and their gods. It may be true that some preached tolerance, but others were tyrants who twisted their poor followers into cruelty and ignorance. This you cannot dispute. You see, the Wiccans acted no different from the worst Slevian cartels. They forbade the weavings of cipher magic and the advancement of reasoned debate. They locked us in blood contracts with gods who stunted our development. But 40 years ago in the God War, the apostatics cast off our shackles. He sighs. It's true that a lot of blood was spilled, both mortal and divine, but now, in Union territory, reason and discourse have replaced ignorance and fear. What's the Heartland like? He sniffs. Well, it depends on where you go. I'm from Lundell, a place full of windswept hills, soggy marshes, and crumbling castles, circled by a blue neuron star. What? We have a weakness for ale. There's also Bion, known for the universities and fine wine, and Slev, a rugged, wet land where criminal elements are rife. But many would consider the most important Union realm to be Vena. It's a warm, beautiful archipelago full of orchards bathed in yellow starlight, and home to the Union's most important city, Ryova. Ryova is where the Union Council of Polymaths meet. It's a city full of floating houses all strung together with bridges and ropes, with gondolas drifting between them. When you're in the middle, it said you can see a hint of sky. You can't see a hint of sky. There's buildings in every direction. But wherever you go in the Union Heartlands, there's nowhere as rugged and wild as this. Takes a lungful of air. Ah, nary a sewer for miles. That's enough about the Union. Okay, tell me about the Unearth Isles. Well, the Unearth Isles are the archipelago we're on now. It's always been the fringe of Union territory, and has only recently had a regional council installed in Hollowshire. But there are islands outside of Union control. To the east lies the Clockwork Kingdom, ruled by a machine monarch, while to the west lies a rather frightful place of undying souls known as the Endless Realm. Okay, I think that's enough for now. Like, I could keep reading lore, and lore is great, and I'm glad it's there, but, I'm gonna wreck my voice if I read too much of it all at once. So instead, we're going on adventures. I would very much like to find spells is my big issue. I swear there were spells earlier, but might be spellless for now. Or I just missed them. They could have been, like, back in the fort or something. I don't know. I mean, I'm making do with a rusty sword, but that doesn't sound great to me. Okay, there's our magic save point. Where are we going? Well, we have a town-looking thing up there, so I'll probably just go that direction. To Pwill Village, prophetic skyshroom tea. And that way to the sacred shroom. I think I also maybe... no, that tree... those trees are just boobing. Boobing and bobbing. Well, I see a hut over here and some other things, so I guess I will explore. The only immediate problem is, doing this with a rusty sword is probably inadvisable. But you never know, I might be fine. Okay, hella locked door. However... Elixir of Restoration. Restores health and mana to maximum. Alright, that's pretty good. That. Death's Veil. Legendary mushroom with potent alchemical potential. The traveler becomes cursed in the Underlands. The corpse may become host to this fungi. Said the properties of this herb can change based on the personality of the deceased host. Ugh. Okay, don't like that necessarily, but, I mean... These games are always kind of screwed up in a weird way. And so... It almost kind of works to be this heinous and horrifying. One other thing I'm noticing about this is because we've been finding those, like, kind of skull things. I wonder if there's no experience. One thing I could do, as silly as it is actually invest really hard into agility instead. And go, like, kind of hard on movement speed. Oh wait, there's a person there on the tent. Did I just walk past them? I did. Oh my, what's all that commotion over yonder? I appear to be quite lost. Brought a map of the Unearth Isles back in Ryova, but it seems to be decades out of date, he grumbles. That's the trouble with these fringe islands. Every few decades, they've floated to a different position. Take my advice, traveler. If you're looking to explore, make sure you find an accurate map. Do you know where I can find a map? Well, I noticed the Erudite Academy is flying over Hollowshire, to the south of here. Can you see it up there in the sky? It travels all over the Apostatic Union, so I've heard. Met one of those scholars in a red tent in the forest underneath Pwill Village. Though I've seen them in other places too. Believe it or not, they're working on a map of the region right now, only it's not quite ready. Still, I'd try asking them, worth a shot, eh? What are you trying to get to? Oh, I'm trying to get to the Endless Realm. It's said to be at a place where people never die, even though their flesh peels from their bones. As a boy, my mother would scare me with tales of the Cadaver Crusades, when the Endless would hunt the living and feast on their still warm bodies. It scared me witless, but still, I always dreamed of going there someday. And I've it on good authority they've reformed their ways. They only eat non-sentient meat. They're on good terms with the Apostatic Union, so I said to myself, what do I have to lose? He gulps. Well, I suppose they could still eat me. Farewell. Okay, so we know how to get a map. Let's go to the village first, seeing as it's right there. That mushroom up there is giving me the heebies. I don't know, something about the textures and the swirly, and the fact that the textures are like twitching a little bit as I get closer is a little weird. The youth looks at you with caution, wide eyes lodged in a gaunt face. Oh, a newcomer. Welcome to Pwill Village. My name's Lude. Were you involved in all that commotion over at the old fort? I'm just passing through. I won't cause you trouble. Boy's shoulders slacken and he looks genuinely relieved. Oh, okay. I can tell you a little bit about our town, if you'd like. We're just a humble village, he swallows. Have you heard of Skyshroom? Scryshroom. It's a mushroom that shows you the future. We grow it and sell it, only things aren't going so well lately. People are worried. What's going wrong exactly? Well, the crop yield is bad. Every year we've been growing less Skyshroom. He scratches his head. Some people are getting worried. Looks around, then leans closer. I've heard some people are considering the old ways. His eyes are practically bulging. You know, consorting with Wiccans and gods. That's stupid of them. The boy nods furiously. Of course, very legal, but also kind of exciting when you say. He seems to regret his choice of words. Oh, I mean, it's just very boring here sometimes. Anyway, the local waymaster, Colwich, has gotten pretty spooked by it all. He's weighing everyone who comes by just to make sure they're not a Wiccan. But my mother, Olwen, oh, she's the mayor, by the way. It doesn't seem too bothered by it all. She's much too worried about something else. I heard her mumbling about some sort of monster lately. He blinks. Oh, sorry, I tend to waffle, don't I? Is there anything you'd like to know? Can you point me around town? Oh, I suppose so. He gestures behind him. Just in town, you'll find the Way House. The Waymaster's Colwich. He's pretty respected around here. Nearby is the Scryshroom Company, which sells Scryshrooms, of course, and other things. Further up the hill is the mayor's house. That's where my mother, the mayor lives. She's sometimes as work going. Further up is the old sacred mushroom. Only it's, dead. Why is the sacred mushroom dead? Oh, that's because Colwich killed our god, of course. Of course. He nods. Well, that's all I want to know. He nods. Oh, but didn't waffle too much. Gotta get going, kid. Oh, of course. Bye. Let's go take a look at this town. I want to do some adventuring, but I don't know. Okay, so we get another fast travel point. Well, fast travel, we can warp back to them. I don't know if we can teleport to... No, stop that. I don't want to lockpick these. Welcome. Pull up a stool if you're looking for a scryshroom. You come to the right place. He leans on the counter and thrusts a bulging eye in your direction. Do you know what scryshroom does, newcomer? Yes. Then you'll have heard it shows you the future, but see, that puts some folks off. They're scared of what they might see. I'm here to tell you it ain't like that. There's no cipher spell in the Great Library of Bion that can do what a scryshroom does. It plunges you into the river of time so you can see the bends and currents rushing towards you. Did you know I grew this business? Not with luck, my friend. Oh no, I use the humble scryshroom to outsmart my rivals, and now my company ships them to every corner of the Apostatic Union. What do you say, you buyin'? So wait, did these visions always come true? Squirms a little. Well, now, I can't say they're always right. The future can't be changed, see? And I won't be held accountable for any foolishness or failures you get yourself into if you use them. Okay, you convincing me. What are you selling? That's what I like to hear. Got a pot of scryshroom tea on the brew. And we've got a few other odds and ends if you're hanking for supplies. There's a room to rent upstairs for 2 coin if you need some rest. See what you have for sale. Okay, a compass might actually be really good. See their position on the map if they have one. Well, we don't have one. Boost lore for a time. Glimpses of knowledge and hidden insights. Let's grab the compass, seeing as that's actually useful. We'll buy one of these for the sake of the experience. And then grab the 2 potions. And then can't sell anything. Okay, close. The man sips his tea and studies you intently. New face, eh? We got business here. Talk to Dwin at the counter. He's the proprietor of the business. I'm really only employed to make sure things go smoothly. You don't seem like the rest of the villagers. He betrays a thin smile. My, you're perceptive, eh? I'm a mercenary, you see. I fought with the Bion Serpents, and Lundel Blackguard, and even the Dark Stars for a time. And now, he sips his tea, I protect the business interests of this fine gentleman, nothing more. So please, pay me no heed. Okay, so this is probably fast travel of a sort. The woman casts you an indifferent gaze. Greetings, traveler. Welcome to the, Then rubs her temples. The Pill Port of the Winged Merchants Guild. I'm the local harbor master. Can I help you? How can I get my own airship? She smirks. What, do you think we just hand them out to bright-eyed travelers? It takes a lot of coin to buy a sailing vessel, you know? Most Union merchants only have shares of the ships they use. Plus, even if you had a bulging coin purse under those, she vaguely gestures at your clothes. Fine garments you're wearing. These days you need a writ of permission from the Riovan Port Authority. And trust me, you're not going to find one of those lying around out here in the sticks. So what is this exactly? Purchase an airship deed before you can upgrade it. Okay, so we can get an airship for fast travel. I was assuming that was going to be like the Strider. Oh my god, what the hell is that thing? That's freaking huge. Okay. No. I gotta stop lockpicking things. So, problem is it is nighttime. I could go on adventures. Let's just go on adventures. I can warp back here when it becomes brighter out. Otherwise I could spend the 2 gold, but I think I'd just like to see a little bit more of the world before I go anywhere. Still don't know where my spell went, but I get the distinct feeling I probably ran past where it normally is. Or I needed to start as the combat mage to have the spell. Maybe. Who knows? I don't. Either way, I love this game. It's weird, it's cryptic, it's expansive. Like, this is a fairly large game and has a ton to explore if you're willing to put the time and energy into doing so. Let's see. And, like, just looking around, like, there's whatever that is, there's up this direction, there's over there. I know there's a dude in a tent below the town that might be able to sell me a map. Are you dangerous? You do seem dangerous. So here's my logic. Whoop. Okay. It was dangerous, but also not that dangerous. Okay, we've got this, and where does this go? I have no idea. Oh, wait, no. Oh, we're up here, sort of. So this is kind of a back-end section to where we were at previously, so we can open up a shortcut here, maybe. Okay, honestly, all things considered, let's go back into this. I'm gonna put 1 into Guile. So that raises my lockpicking a little bit. So now we've got a shortcut going that direction, at the very least. I'd like to go more caster focused, and I probably will over time, but it does seem very practical for me to have a fairly high lockpicking. Okay. Beans. No. Okay, here's the question. Nope. If they've got the shield, they're considered to have the defense. It's okay. And at some point I'll find some other means of doing ranged attacks and whatnot. Let's see. Where are we going? What are we doing? We have this here. This guy? Hello. The Darkstorm mercenary languishes, an ale in one hand. She barely registers your presence. Huh. So you're with the Inquisition, or some petty thief come to pick at our corpses. I'm just passing through, I have no quarrel with you. Damn straight, any funny business and I'll lop off your head. She swings an arm in a vague gesture, spilling her ale in the process. If you don't care for Vela, let me into the storeroom below. You know what? Why do I always get the shitty jobs? Sure, you can loot the whole place for all I care. That'll show Vela a thing or two. Alright, so we get some more lockpicks. Oh, we have a forge. So if I could get a couple of metal ores, we can actually get a steel sword. I think we only have 1 though at the moment. We might be able to find some more. Okay, so we can now get in here. We've embraced a delusion. We get a leucosic bomb. Okay, not what I was expecting out of this, but sure. Gain more ammunition, gain more ammunition. Okay, so what do we want to keep leveling up? I mean, realistically right now, Guile is working for me. And that is leveling up both my agility and my lockpicking, which seems worthwhile. And, big ups, I think I move, like, a fair bit faster as a result of this. Which is nice. So what else do we have? Yeah, we'd spotted this entire upper area earlier, but couldn't do anything with it. Or couldn't reach it at the time, but I guess we're gonna presumably open up some level of a shortcut here. There's like a weird demon man there, and that scares me. You're a bad. Oh, you're a bad. I don't necessarily know if I should be squandering all of my knives on that, but like, I don't know, when something takes a throwing knife like that and barely takes any damage from it, that's usually a good sign that you should probably, use some more throwing knives. And it's cute. Silk thread. Oh, it's dirty silk thread produced by the ubiquitous silk slug. Can be used to upgrade a variety of clothing. Despite being soft to the touch, the thread is remarkably durable. It's cute and has a butthole. Or something akin. I absolutely adore RPGs with like a heavy focus on exploration like this. There's just nothing quite like it, and I find it's not something that really... You don't get a whole lot of games like these, especially out of AAA anymore. Sure, you get these like really guided theme park open world games, but it's not the same. I'm looking for like weird, zany, kind of bizarre games. Games where like every location is unique and interesting and strange. Let's see. Oh, is it actually daytime out? I think it is. Okay. I'm gonna look around a little bit more because I'm pretty sure, yeah, we had a couple of goodies here. Nothing in here, right? Yeah. And some money. Okay, I think we're good. I'm going to warp back. Because I believe this should take us to Quill. As it did. So this was the bar. Is this still locked? No, it is not. The man's eyes follow you with suspicion. His graying hair and weathered skin suggest he's older than most in the village. A faded scar runs down his face. You're new to town, I gather. Well, I'm the local waymaster. Name's Colwich, and I'll have you know, before you engage in any business here in Quill, I'll be taking your weight. So without another word, please step on the scales. He gestures to the huge contraption behind him, thanking you kindly. Wait, why do you want to weigh me? He narrows his eyes. By decree of the Apostatic Union, all those seeking to trade in jurisdictions must prove they're of ordinary disposition that is not physically altered by cipher magic or god devotion, nor bearing the guilt of unpunished crimes. And you can tell that just by my weight? Just step on the goddamn scales, alright? Quill Village, you met the Waymaster Colwich, who refused to speak to you until you were weighed by his enormous scales. You've weighed yourself and should report back to him. Studies the dials and symbols atop the machine and scratches various notes on some parchment. Interesting, very interesting. Did I pass? The prime glyphs say you're a criminal. Shoots you a stern glance. The lesser glyphs are harder to parse. Let's see now. Merchant of illegal goods. Let's see here. You are trading books. Huh. May seem innocent enough, but some dusty old tomes are more dangerous than a broadside of cannons. Ah, but there's one more glyph. Inquisition agent. He looks up from his parchment, his face struck with puzzlement. Begging your pardon, first glance I thought you might be one of those Darkstar mercenaries. Been running from the Inquisition raid, but you must have been fighting those scoundrels, eh? Yes, I'm a confessor, atoning for my crimes. Well, far be it from me to delay Inquisition business. I've approved your visit to Quill. You won't get any trouble. Thanks for a moment. But, stay in the light of your profession. Oh, in the light of your profession. Could lend this humble servant of the Apostatic Union a hand. There'd be an Apostatic Union passport in it for ye. You see, the Inquisition raid ain't the only reason we've been so eager to weigh people of late. There's also fear of bloody god worship in the townsfolk. After all we've been through, he looks distinctly peeved. So you need some help tracking down god worshippers. He leans forward and speaks low. Aye, folk have been afeared recently. You see, the soil's dying and harvests are down. Merchants want to buy our scry shroom more than ever, but we can't meet demand, so some have been flirting with the old ways. Makes the old ways so bad. He sighs. Been 40 years since the God War. 40 years since the Apostatics told the Wiccans and their gods to go F themselves. 40 years since me and the lads drove a void spear through our own god's eye. That cruel, violent bastard of a god. Engwin. I read that as a penguin. And in those 40 years, folk have forgotten how bad it was under the divine tyrant and his Wiccan lackeys. Sure, we had bountiful harvests and our purses were bulging, but our sons and daughters were taken from us and the soils fertilized with their blood. Now the old Engwin's been dead for long enough, but say so long as people still believe some part of a god can live on. So there's been murmurings of some folk trying to bring him back. It's got the rest of us scared shitless. Trouble with a small town like this, we all know each other. The guilty parties won't talk to me. But you're an outsider, and an Inquisition agent to boot. I need you to ask around, try and find any Wiccan sympathizers, so we can sort this out quiet-like, before the villagers start lopping each other's heads off in a frenzy. Find someone out there, and I'll dispense you a Union passport that'll grant you passage to Hollowshire. I'll see what I can do. He sighs in relief. You have my thanks, newcomer. Just as soon as you find something out there, let me know, you hear? Okay, I will be going then. I adore this. It is such a weird and unique game. The setting, the visuals, the world design, like every single aspect of that is just really cool, and I can't wait to see more as they go along. Oh, I did actually get the guy the damn fine tea. Yeah, get some from Quill and attempt to buy some. So I did. I still want to know about that giant horror in the background. That it seems locked to place in whatever that fort is, which is probably what the mayor is worried about, is my guess. Either way, yeah, I'm probably going to be asked to, like, slay it or appease it or who knows what. Anyway, with all of this said, Dread Delusion 1.0 is available now on Steam, so if you want to pick it up, just follow the link in the description below. It is genuinely going to be one of the most interesting and unique games to come out this year, and as such, I think is very worth checking out and giving a shot if you've got the time and interest. They don't make them like they used to, at least not in this vein. There is somebody here who's green. The problem is, like, I don't think I have enough lockpicks for this. I might get lucky. I mean, roll 6 times, I'll get a 6, right? Or I run out of lockpicks. Who knows? Maybe I'll be able to buy them somewhere. Maybe I can get access somewhere else. Or maybe I can hop down from above? No, that does not seem likely. Anyway, I guess with all of this said, if you like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like, helps more than you know. And if you want to see more rad new games every single day, then hit subscribe because I got tons to check out and show off. But for now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.